Hello, SolarLune here, and here is another Gearend development log video. It's been a little while since the last video, and so I wanted to make another devlog video before I move so far ahead that I can't really remember all the stuff that I've done, which is kind of happening, so I need to make a video to kind of log my progress. Alright, so this is kind of where you're going to start out, which is basically kind of by yourself in a room, no arms, default core and legs. I remade basically the entire world that I had. I deleted the old stuff I had and am starting a new, starting fresh, which I think is probably for the best because I wanted to make it a little more game-like. The last kind of world I was working on was just kind of basic, tile set checking and stuff like that. This feels a little more like the actual game is going to feel, I think. Excuse me. The GUI is larger in the top left corner. The health and energy is larger. It's not as small as it used to be. Whoa, what was that? That was strange. I'll have to fix that, I suppose. Spikes, step on them and you die. And this guy is Rainman, if I recall. He shoots acid. He drops blobs of acid. If you touch the blob, you get hurt. If you touch the acid stain, you get hurt. As you can see, as you take damage, the screen shakes. So just kind of a little bit of extra feedback. Yeah, those guys are kind of interesting because they can't be attacked straight on. They have to be attacked from behind. Basically, the orange, you can say, guy piloting the craft. That's the guy you have to actually attack in order to take him down. You'll see probably later. I wanted to make a note of, I made some optimizations to the game so it runs a little better, well, a lot better actually. A lot of the logic execution was unnecessary, so I optimized that, which should be useful for people once the game gets distributed. I'm running into an odd bug on Linux where it's crashing before the game even loads. And it's like doing a Java traceback, like Java virtual machine error traceback, going back to like libc, something nvidia.so. Like it's like hardcore, not a part of the game, not a part of BDX. So I'm not sure if I should just play it off. Maybe it's just this particular Java version I'm using. I'm not sure, but that's annoying. But it seems like it doesn't happen in game. It just happens when I start the game. So it might just be something to do with Linux. I don't know. Linux and this particular virtual machine, I'm not sure myself exactly, so I have to go in and look a little bit more on that. I added those chips, which are health upgrades or energy upgrades. They'll obviously give you more health or energy as necessary, so that is in an unreachable place, and so you can actually go around like that and get it. And so you see I have at the top left 5 columns as opposed to 4. So now I have 15 hits as opposed to 12. There we go. This is... I still have to actually get him like animating his shots. It's just flying right now, but that's okay. It's fine the way it is right now. But yeah, you're gonna basically avoid him. You can try going to the right a little bit more, but you'll basically be stopped right here like this by these blocks. So you'll know basically I can't go that way. I'll have to go another way. And so there you go. Ow. This is bad positioning. I need to either put him on the roof or maybe on a wall or something like that where it's not so hard to jump over him or move around. So I'll do some with him. He's annoying. I can see that right now. He's annoying. So you'll head down and continue. That's a buggy enemy position because he can actually go through the roof. I have to figure out exactly how I want to approach that. Probably just make him so that he bumps his head on the roof. I don't know. And so this is an energy capsule. I'm sorry, an item capsule. It'll say basically it's a spare robot part, and it'll tell you which item it is. This one is the Shepard Mark III pistol, or something to that effect. The projectiles it fires weren't really powerful enough to do major damage, but it was well loved for its cheap manufacturing costs and ease of use. So there you go. And so the item disappears from the capsule when you take it. Now I need to actually animate like the capsule, kind of disappearing or doing something other than that, because this looks too much like there's something still in it, even though there's obviously nothing still in it. So I'll do something about that. I added a quick select menu, where you can basically select and alter your core. I'm sorry, your parts, your core, your legs, or your arms. And so for this example, I have all of the items I've implemented so far, but at this point you'll only have the default, I have to fix that, default core and legs, and then you'll also have the pistol, which is this one. Not sure why I have 2 pistols in the menu, whatever, I'll have to figure it out. But yeah, so this is the kind of idea behind the quick select, is you'll be able to quickly alter your loadout and select the stuff that you want to select. If you select an item that's already in the other hand slot, then it'll switch. So for example, I have the missile launcher in the right, or the bazooka in the right hand slot. If in the left hand slot I select the bazooka, it'll just switch so that the right hand slot has the, whoa, hey, what was that? Okay, the right hand slot has the sword and the left hand slot now has the bazooka. Looks like, yeah, okay, so, okay, I need to fix that. Okay, so anyway, okay, so the next thing is this item, which is a shield. As you press it and hold it, you'll create a shield and be able to avoid, or rather block attacks, and it'll push you back, as you can see, but you'll still be able to move and, you know, do things as usual, which is nice. A nice item. This was in the previous version of the game. It was just more like a knight's shield. I decided I wanted to be more techie with it, and so there it is. More of an interesting kind of neon plasma shield kind of thing. The inscription is PSU for Power Suppression Unit. Is basically like a riot shield for like a robotic SWAT team, kind of a spare part for that kind of idea. And so you'll basically use the item, the pistol, to shoot through these blocks. You can obviously go back. That's where you're supposed to go. But you can shoot through these blocks, and this is where you'll meet the first NPC, the save attendant. The first NPC you'll probably interact with is the save attendant. You can talk to him, and he'll save your game for you. Yeah, he says basically, hey, do you want to save? You can say no or yeah. And if you say yeah, you'll save the game. I just now noticed that basically you press left and right to choose in a choice like that, but when you go to the choice, when you go to the quick select menu, you hold a direction to basically select that slot, which is inconsistent, which is probably bad for the game. So I think what either will do is make it so that you have to press left or hold left or right to like make your choice, or more likely I'll make it so that you just press left and right to cycle through the choices. Like you press right, you press right, you press left, you press right, like that, and you'll just, you know, go through it almost in a line. So that's probably for the best, to keep it consistent. All right. So anyway, you say yeah, I want to save. And he'll say, okay, walk over to that platform and hold still. He'll slam the button down, and then boom, your game's saved. $350. Just kidding. So that's the save attendant, who's basically constantly playing games and not really interested in your existence, despite the fact that basically you're the first person he's seen in, I don't know, hundreds of years, for all he knows. Maybe not hundreds of years, but it's been quite a long time. Since well, I guess, yeah, it couldn't be hundreds of years, but basically he should look up. He should look up and be like, oh wow, there's somebody here, but he doesn't even care. So anyway, let's see. Okay, I'll show that. What I mentioned before about shooting and hitting this guy, if you shoot from this end, you can't actually make contact with this character, except if you go right and hit it just right from the top, or if you hit it from the back, if you hit the head of the character from the back. Ow. Alrighty. So yeah, you'll shoot through those and continue on, and then you'll basically be outside and be up against this character who's annoying. There we go. Probably want to make it so you can shoot that faster, just in case you get into tough little areas. But yeah, that's the general idea and feel that the game is kind of shaping up to have so far. Now I'm thinking that maybe I want to change this grass to be green, just because there's a lot of purple. I'm using a lot of dark purple, dark blues. And I feel like having the grass be green might actually be a good idea, just from a color perspective, to kind of add a little bit more variety and keep the game from looking so boring. So we'll see about that. You can use multiple parts at the same time if it's legs and an arm part, but you can't use two arm parts at the same time. For example, you can't attack while you're holding out the shield. You have to drop the shield before you attack. The shield does not block against melee or explosives, I don't think. I don't think I have any enemies that shoot explosives implemented yet, but the idea is that they won't actually ouch. Explosive will basically go past the shield, so you can't use this to block against explosives. You can't use this to block against melee attacks, enemies that just try to run into you. You can use it to block like projectiles. Apparently not that. I need to make it so that it splats on, I guess, the shield too. I have to figure out if I want that or not. But anyway, yeah, the game is going pretty well. Making a lot of progress. Game's shaping up pretty solidly, and I feel like, oh, I almost fell off. I feel like it's looking and working pretty well. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. I've been SolarLune, and this has been a Gearend development log video. Hopefully it'll be interesting, and you'll have fun watching my progress and seeing the game come together. All right. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.